Hello. Good evening, darlings. Happy Friday. Yes, my name is true. Yep. Just be glad you can only see from here up, because it's not pretty. I'll tell you the story in a minute. We'll go ahead and bring in our green room family guests, our beautiful roundtable. Nadia's always running late because she's old and senile, but that's okay. We love her. Let's bring in, you have to refresh it, hon. Let's bring in the guys, unless they're back there eating all the little goodie foods that I left there. Dennis. Ooh, he's with that dragon tonight. Hey, Rocco.
Hello there.
I just realized.
Is my green screen working?
I can't hear it. You don't
I
have
like the white work.
Let's see. So Rocco has a brick wall, and Dennis has a dragon.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're okay. I can turn my air conditioner off. It makes that noisy in here. I just turned my volume up, but I don't want my mic to get too loud either. All right.
Well, you might hear squeaking in the background.
That's all right. Yeah, I put all those food emojis in there and left out the cup of coffee, but I figured you guys had that handled on your end. So.
Yes, I still haven't found my lid to my cup portal.
From when it went flying the other day?
It's in the same place where the black socks are.
It's gone. It's gone.
Check the trash can in the laundry room.
Oh,
there you go.
Have to recycle the laundry room. I deserve it. It's okay. I deserve it.
All right. So, Dragon Whisperer, are you going to be giving us dragon messages tonight?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
It says whisperer. That means I whisper.
Whisper.
There she
Gandalf's wife. Wow.
Hi, Dragon Whisperer. Where's Coffeeless Joe and carrier of the poison oak?
With coffee.
Yes,
I am
my
wife, huh?
So the poison oak, my family went out. We had a kitten we were trying to rescue out of one of the big trees in the backyard, and they are totally immune. Jen is not. Jen is her tree trunks are this big around right now, so not fun, but getting better. It's okay. Hello to everyone in the chat. What are you doing?
ET, Jay?
Hold on.
ET phone home?
Boo boo.
What'd you do?
It's purple.
You got a splinter? Did you pinch it?
Nah, drove the drill through it.
Oh.
You know, it would have been better if it went through the skin and punctured it and cut it. No, it had to. You know how you get that big
blood blister?
Yep.
Heat up a needle, stick it, drain it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Old school remedy. It'll be all right.
Boo-boo action.
Suck the blood out.
All right. Like I said, everyone, hello in the chat room. Tonight we're just going to continue Middle Earth. We won't just stick there. We're going to try to expand a little bit tonight. Hi, Snyder.
That's not Schneider.
That's Big Head.
Is that the big heads?
Yeah,
wow.
We gave him a bunch of toys today.
I apologize, Snyder. I'm so used to the chicken going off. Okay.
Schneider's outside with a new toy himself, but I won't bring it in.
We kind of make them disappear for a little bit and then bring them back and like it's new. Like, ooh, I remember this.
We do that with the littles around here. We rotate toys, and then every 6 months you bring them out, and it's like Christmas all over again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I said, we're going to do Middle Earth a little bit more. It doesn't have to stay there. We're going to try to expand it. And since we don't really have anything in concrete evidence, this is a crapshoot, and we're going to guess. And we're just going to ask spirit questions tonight. If you guys have questions in the chat, go ahead and drop them in with a capitalization. And we are going to talk a little bit about timelines. We're going to ask Spirit a couple of things. One of them is the time frame of the Garden of Eden versus Atlantis and Lemuria. Which one came first? And I believe that Atlantis and Lemuria were approximately maybe 26,000 years before the Garden of Eden. That was and then there was a pre-flood, flood, before the flood, and then the flood. There's a whole lot more to it than what we realize. Now, if that doesn't set right with you and doesn't resonate, that's okay. We are going to just pick it apart and ask Spirit what's true and what's not. Another thing that we can talk about, or if you have a question, if a certain creature or species you think that maybe in Middle Earth or still exists, that you've been told that it was mythical, we'll ask Spirit about that too. Lots of different ways that we can take these conversations tonight. So
we're open to marathons.
You are, man.
What the heck was 5 hours?
Gosh. I'm impressed, Dennis. I am highly impressed.
I almost seeked medical help for you, Dennis.
Well, the only reason why I stopped was because everybody was leaving and going to sleep.
Well, we East Coasters or Central people, we're kind of ahead of you a little bit. So, all right. The only pre-question that I had tonight, I'm going to do for Sister Deb, and it's just a personal reading. She just wants to know what's going on with her. She doesn't feel herself right now. So we're going to ask Spirit what's going on with her.
Okay, I'm muting myself.
Okay. Yeah. If you feel that it's too much energy, then that's okay. You can mute. I'm just going to do this one, then we'll tackle the roundtable stuff. So Miss Deb, let's find out what's going on with you. Okay. Deb, see if this resonates with you. Okay. This is you simply, let me move this over here. This is you simply looking out into your future, trying to figure out what is going to happen, what's coming and going. That's just you looking out, okay? Now, you're also contemplating right now things that don't serve you emotionally anymore with the Eight of Cups. You want to start a new path, but in order to really, truly resonate with you to do that, you have to let stuff that emotionally doesn't serve you, you have to leave it behind. Okay? So if something's on your mind that there's nothing you can control about it, you need to move past it. Okay, now in the past, you were all willing to do this with the Fool card. You were totally gung-ho about starting a fresh new beginning, and then something happened, and you felt like you had to start fighting your way for success. Okay, the Knight of Swords, that's our Lee card. We'll blame him. The Knight of Swords is using your words and finding truth to fight for your happiness and your new beginning, and you're trying to avoid conflict. I know you are, because that's who you are, and we love you for it. Because the Queen of Wands is your outcome. She's the mama bear, and she is going to take full trustworthy position of, if your kids need to rely on you, it's okay, but you're going to set some boundaries also because of this card. Inner conflict. You don't want to stir the pot. You don't want to upset people. Honey, sometimes they will get upset, and it's not your fault. You need to be the Knight of Pentacles. You're going to slowly fight and manifest for a beautiful outcome. The stuff that's not serving you, the worry, the anxiety, if it's not emotionally serving you any good, let go of it. Yep. Three of Swords, the heartache, the disappointment, move past. Move past. And these are swords. You may have to use your words to tell someone that I can't do this anymore. Whether it's drama, someone always harping at you, trying to stir up trouble, it's not serving you any good, honey. It's breaking your heart. Simply asking Spirit about your outcome and the future. All right, sweetie. Within time, you get the Ace of Wands. You will find what serves you. Okay? You need to release all that burden on your shoulders, okay? All right. Your ascension will grow. You may feel like you're in limbo right now, but you're getting there. Give yourself a little bit of time. Be patient with yourself. You can't fix everybody and you can't please everybody. You guys are always lecturing me about that. Let it go. If it doesn't serve a purpose for you emotionally and spiritually to grow, let it go. All right? All right. Deb, I hope that helps you, sweetheart. It's just too much burden on your shoulders. All right? All right, guys. You can unmute if you were muted. Looking at everybody else that came in. Hello. Hi, Joe. Sonia. Moonchild. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, let's get down to it. Where do you want to start? Do you have, this is open, wherever Spirit wants to take you. Everybody's so quiet.
Yeah, Schneider's not happy out there. I might have to bring him back in. But
Okay.
do we want to talk about an incident that happened on Wednesday's show where I thought all of you guys were glitching, but it was actually me?
Oh, yeah. We were at the 1 hour mark. I went back and tried to find it, but it didn't capture it live. But Nadia knows that at some point we jumped time. I was like in fast forward mode, and then you guys were, they skipped? Is that what you said?
They actually glitched and jumped, and Jen was fast forwarding to catch up to them.
It was
like
time
a
for our exercise.
I am not running any races with you guys.
Oh, I'd lose.
Just hit the fast forward button.
I was doing the jumping.
You were jumping?
Mm-hmm.
So Nadia, do you want to ask Spirit if that happened?
Well,
or what it could tell us about what we were doing?
Okay, I think the first question I want to ask was it me who glitched or lost time? Was it me who lost time instead of you guys speeding through time?
Okay. Is it you that lost time?
I got it was all of us.
I got it was not Nadia, but Jay and I.
I got that it was all of us.
Really?
Yep.
Your pendulum's
Bad
tired
pendulum.
after that 5 hours.
Yeah, you
We
got
were-
to give it time.
It's tired.
Well, we were all doing something different. Now you guys may have been together, but I was doing something and Nadia was doing something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
'Cause I
like
pulled
always.
Because I pulled 4 and there's 4 of us, but there's hidden secrets about that. It's about gifts as well. This is the 2 of Wands, and that's jumping from realm to realm. We all decided that we didn't want to stick around for 2 seconds.
Mm.
So, yeah, the whole world, that's a firm foundation. We know where we're at here, but we just decided to jump out real quick. Maybe we were collecting information.
Well, Peg just said on the comments that she saw me blip again.
Do a
Yeah, you
blip.
just did. So did Jen. But I got Nadia. You came back right before us.
Yeah, with
That's
coffee.
That's why you speed it up. That's why you heard the speeding up of I think it was Jen.
I saw her like I pressed the fast forward button on Jen. That was
Yeah.
This is Nadia, Queen of Wands, because she's that's trustworthy. But this is her Two of Swords, not knowing what just happened. It's just
yeah,
like
that was exactly
unknown, like where was I at? It was all of us, but we were all doing something individually. Just
Can
depends
we
on how you
ask?
perceive it.
Can we ask the cards, perhaps what we did?
Oh, what
Did
we
we
were
want-
doing.
Yeah.
Did
do we
Jay
want
not
to?
go to Shambhala? But
Yes. I went to do an instant studying on my notes.
She was just getting me coffee because she felt bad. That's all.
Um,
I'll promise not to do magic before the beginning of the podcast from now on.
do you?
That way, Jay's coffee won't spill on his way in.
I'm working without a net. I don't have a lid. Just saying.
Do you have it? I told you I was going to send you one of Little Man's sippy cups. All right. So we definitely moved. That's judgment. Someone was getting our attention. So maybe our higher selves someone was trying to show us something.
Okay.
The Ace of Coins is manifestation, a gift from the universe. Look at this card, because I'm still going to use this deck because to me it reminds me of what I would perceive Middle Earth to be.
Wow.
I think we jumped there. It's funny you
Wow.
said that.
That's pretty cool.
Beautiful. Because we've been doing the work. Now, normally in the Rider-Waite deck, that's Lean on Your Hoe card. We've been doing the work and waiting for the answers. They took us there briefly. Higher selves.
Cool.
High Priestess, to go beyond the veil to see what we've been talking about. That's just a gift from the universe. That's what the ace represents.
So, do you think I should keep my shoes on?
Oh,
Are you driving? I don't know.
And it's usually the hoe that leans on me.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are no pretty feet in this world.
We were using our hoe to dig to Middle Earth. Yeah, so our higher selves were just, because they've been there before, they were just giving us a glimpse. Whether we remember it or not, they would explain the little blips and glitches.
Can I mention
Interject,
something
go ahead.
me and Nadia were talking about today, the triangle and square? Is that okay, Nadia?
Sure.
Yep.
If you'd like.
Well,
Simple.
something about, like I had asked, I think it was Dennis, it seems to me that there's like a, when we're together, there's like, okay, when we're let's say it's just me and Nadia or me and Dennis or me and Jen, there's a connection. When there's more than two, it's stronger. And when there's four, it's even stronger.
Right.
With that being said, I had asked Dennis about, it seems to be that there's kind of I think this was a pendulum question. It seems to be that there's a trinity of connection. Even though we're four, how me and Nadia was talking it out today was, okay, pyramid's the strongest, right?
Yes.
But when you, or the triangle, I should say, but when you have a pyramid, it's a triangle, but the base is a square.
Yes.
So that covers three,
Go up to 1 point.
right? That covers 3 and 4. Is there anything to that?
That's pretty nice.
I mean, Nadia brought this up, and it was we were talking it out, and it seemed to kind of make sense.
Well, we know how significant the pyramid is in our spirituality. Learning about whether it's technology or, I don't know, enlightenment.
Right, but in like, okay, like say it was Jen and Nadia and Dennis.
Yeah.
You guys are interacting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the fourth piece holding the base at that time, and then it seems like we all kind of take a turn anchoring,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
With shoes.
This is a beautiful
shoes
thing. spiritually, this is done. This is strategic. You can look at it that way. It's strategically. You spiritually know to do this instinctively, if that makes sense. You're always going to be stronger with a collective. It just depends on who the collective is.
Right.
So what is the purpose? It's to break chains from the devil. Okay, that's to release yourself from any chains that are holding you down. When you can form a pyramid like that, you can. Okay, and then what you're avoiding is the thief stealing your truth. So when you form roundtables or something like that, or talk and have great open discussions, open-minded discussions, it raises your frequency, because the final card is the sun card. That is a great way of looking at it, is the strength of a triangle or with a pyramid base, which is 4 sides. That doesn't mean you're limited to that many people.
Right.
It just means it strengthens.
I think it's the more people you have, or the more sides of the pyramid, the stronger the energy, or the stronger the frequency is.
Yes.
Well, also, I mean, even when we have this round table, it's fluid. It's like a triangle of fluidity.
Yeah.
Always
I would agree with that.
a triple.
Nice analogy. Nice analogy.
And
well,
also,
it exposes hidden gifts, and then the 6 of Cups, and this is exchange of emotions and gifts. That's exchanging them. So yeah, that's the purpose of a collective. I just glitched myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still doing it. You're frozen. There you go.
Okay.
Although for a minute I thought Dennis's beard was back.
hold on, I got to be back. Oh.
Okay. All
Dennis,
right.
I'm going to tell you something. When I was a younger kid, my dad grew a beard all the time, and when he would shave the beard, then eventually the mustache would come. When we were kids, my mom would kind of start joking about him, but when he would shave that mustache, the space between his nose and his lip seemed like it was a mile long. You know, it was a mile high. It was like all of a sudden there was this top lip there. All I'm saying is don't shave the mustache.
Don't shave the
Leave
mustache.
Yeah, leave the mustache. Leave the mustache. Is he frozen or is he jacking me?
I'm jacking you.
Okay, no, you're actually frozen on me. There you go.
No, I'm jacking you.
Frozen.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Susan told me that.
No, the mustache is not going to be coming off.
Good.
All right.
I tried that before.
So,
All right. I'm
Are we
looking
heading-
for them and starring them, so I can get to them.
Just that my mustache is bigger than yours.
Oh, here
it
we
will
go.
always be bigger than mine. Trust me. I'm not.
I
a
ceded
stand-up
to Lee. I let Lee have the championship for the beard.
Well, you're giving. You're a giver.
I know. I'm a giving person. Yeah.
Yeah, you were live yesterday, and I took my tablet and I said, "Don't take his man card," but Dennis shaved his beard off, and he goes, and he guessed. It hurt his soul.
Are we heading to Lemuria, or are we going to do a few questions while not? Oh, she's back. Okay.
We're gonna.
Back. I didn't
Lemuria was
glitch. I just saw Schneider go real fast forward past my window, and I said he must be chasing something.
Did he do my hedges? No. Okay.
Actually, yes, because I could see through the window, so I'm good.
Did he find this jacuzzi? I don't know.
Okay, well, I have we are talking about Lemuria now and all that, those questions?
We don't know
Wherever you want to take it. I'm just right
We're
now
ready
looking at all the ones. I'm hunting questions in the chat. So Nadia, do you tell me
Yeah.
where you want to take it?
Okay, sure. It's going back to the poles, the shifting, and also how things go in the inner earth or middle earth. One of the funniest questions that came in my mind was, do you guys know, like lately in the last couple of years, how many times have you heard people, you just glitched, Jay, how many times have people said, what a small world we live in, or is the time going by really quickly? So
Time, yes.
yeah. So is it maybe because we are actually going down into the smaller part of the Middle Earth? Schneider, go. Hey, Dennis, can I borrow your erase board?
Sure.
The whiteboard.
It's right here.
Wow. Is this charades or Pictionary? Love it.
We're playing
Is that a
Pictionary.
pumpkin?
Here. So I tried to draw this real quick. That's how I am not really good at Pictionary. But see how there's the North Pole? And Jen, you mentioned, and Peg also brought up the there is no South Pole, or South Pole could be right in the middle here, right?
Yeah, she was wrong.
It was a no?
Like
It was a no? Okay, if it was a no, let's go this way and erase everything I thought about. So
as far as a shift. So if Dennis is claiming there's a South Pole there, we're saying that it could possibly shift upwards.
I do agree with you, Dennis, but let's just do this.
Let's just make Jen happy, shall we?
Jen's been wrong once before. It's okay.
Smart man.
All right. So
Learn from my wife. Don't worry about it.
On Dennis's show yesterday, I asked if Atlantis came before the Garden of Eden. If you guys remember, whoever was there, the answer was yes. Mm-hmm. So what I'm thinking is, if you see the arrows going up, and whatever was here goes inside, correct? So let's just say we have Lemuria. We don't even know what was there, but in the Bible,
I did that on purpose.
We lost you.
No, I did it on purpose.
I wanted to say me.
I found new buttons.
Are you pushing my buttons?
I'm pushing your buttons.
Okay, now this is kind of freaky, but go ahead. So in the Bible, it says God created the heavens and the earth, and he also created Garden of Eden with Adam. Could the Garden of Eden come here? How do we say this? Then Lemuria, then Atlantis. So when the poles shifted, now the Garden of Eden came back up above Atlantis?
So like a reset.
Like a reset.
Okay. So what are you saying came first? Atlantis before the Garden of Eden?
Atlantis and Lemuria, I believe, was at least more than 20,000 years before Eden.
Yeah, but if you did Eden first, as the Bible described it, once the shift came through, it actually came back out and recycled.
Well, I just kept thinking that if Eden came after, if Eden came first, and then they're saying Atlantis and Lemuria were here, why is it not in the Bible? Because we were told it was a mystical place.
Well,
they don't want you to know about it.
We need to do a deep dive on the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, I got Garden of Eden.
There is somebody out there that is saying, and he's well respected, that it was Enki and Elki or whatever.
Yeah, his brother.
That created Eden. Eden was actually Edin instead of Eden.
Are you talking about the book of the Inkies?
I don't know where he was getting the information from.
Yeah.
Or the Anunnakis. There is a part series on the Anunnaki.
Right. Yeah.
I got Eden came first.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So Eden came first, then Lemuria, then Atlantis. So now it gets recycled. And you probably would say, well, what about the rest of the civilizations? Well, I think we kept doing this cycle until we started getting enlightened. So maybe Inky came, Anunnakis came, whatever came, and made us learn our lessons, which created industry, whatever, Egyptian time, whatever. And now this whole place is full.
You're onto something. I'm getting yeses.
Okay.
Because
it is a cycle.
Yeah, it is a cycle.
Right. Cycle.
But we've learned maybe from outside off-world or help or whoever or Thoth that we have free will, we have to change, we have to learn our gifts, whatever. And now the shifts were, instead of the north and south, which I thought it would go in a circle, the shifts. What if it goes like Jen says, there is no South Pole, and it goes through, and now this is North Pole? I don't know if you can see it with my.
No, actually, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
North
You mean
becomes
there's
south.
no
South becomes
there's no opening in the south? Is that what you're saying?
No, there's an opening in the south, but if there's no magnetic field of the south, so just like Peg mentioned, what if it was north and she mentioned the South Pole is inside here? I believe, Peg, if that's correct.
It was part of her question from Wednesday's show. I remember, but
Let me change my
it was interesting, or a statement that she made. I just found it was fascinating. But if you're saying that we're just going to constantly recycle, remember your pull the towel thing.
Yeah, but we've hit the maximum now.
I was going to say, so we're officially done. We're not going to keep doing this over and over and over again.
No, I don't think so, because we're done with our reincarnations, I believe.
I'm getting what
I
she's
still
saying.
have one more left in me.
Yeah, but probably not in this planet.
Dennis wants to run another marathon.
Yeah.
Dennis goes back to Eden.
I've been doing a marathon for forever.
Dennis wants to go back to the Eden and see his great kids.
Okay, I had asked, and I guess this kind of comes along the same thing. Was Lemuria created by our Creator? I got to know, and that would include its people. So
We were
take that
getting
for what.
we
take
were
that for
getting
what it-
Lemurias from the star system of
Orion.
Sirius last night.
Yeah.
Sirius, Orion.
But it does not, like when I asked, is it from our Creator? It was a no. Is it part of
Right.
our world? It was a no.
Okay.
Well, if that's
Maybe Jen can expand on that.
Well,
Unless if you guys don't
I
agree.
pulled on the rotation at what Nadi was saying about Eden and then Atlantis and Lemuria, and just keep doing that. Yeah, Chariot is always on the move, always pushing. And this deck, I always look at it because it reminds me of floods in Atlantis and things like that. But Chariot just means overcoming adversity every step that you go until you get to completion and abundance. And that's what we have done. Interesting that I pulled this final card, and it is the 7, and this is in reverse. Remember, lean on your hoe, just wait until there's more waiting. It's here, so that's an end of a cycle. Because I don't normally read reverse, but when they do come up, I will read it that way. Spirit said, leave it alone. So the cycling is a thing. Now, so Jay wants to know if Lemuria is of our Creator or Divine Creator.
Yeah.
See, I have a yes with the Sun card of the Divine Creator, but that's not where Lemurians started. They weren't made for here.
Right.
They strategically moved here, okay, and then ended up disappearing after fighting battles. But I still believe, I'm going to ask, because I believe that they're in Middle Earth now, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, baby Page of Wands starting over again. So going from this back down to this.
So, okay, with that being said, then, since they were pre-Adam, was the earth created for them to land or end up here? I'm getting a yes right away on that. So when God created the earth, was that part of it? Let us make man in our image came later. Is that what you're all getting?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to. Well, it's out the window, blasphemy anyway. So I'll just say what I have to say.
I wanted to get that out of my system first.
What, the blasphemy?
Yeah, my gasp and
Mhm.
all that.
The horror.
The horror.
Pretty sure if you ask anybody, I'm an ordained minister and I'm sitting there having this show. Are you
So
kidding
am
me?
I.
I gave
So
that up a
am I.
long time ago.
Yeah, so am I.
So I believe the Earth was created to be an experimental petri dish, and us being the youngest planet. And I mean, if you look at all the planets, if you're from Neptune, you're Neptunian, Venus, Venusian, and we're Earthlings. We're ducklings. We're an experiment of everybody being creative, which is the divine's plan, creativity, and to find out what comes out of it, who succeeds.
What happens if we make the Earth a melting pot of
Oh, you
aliens?
froze. Did you freeze?
No, he's good. You froze.
Yeah, you froze.
I
Not
froze. Not
So a melting pot of what, Dennis?
a melting pot of extraterrestrials,
Right.
of
I've
all
already
the
got a
different
yes on that.
species within the galaxy.
Exactly.
I already got a yes on that.
And
Yeah.
that's what he created.
Yes, that's why Earth was created.
I got to ask on the live chat, did anybody see any glitches?
I saw you glitch.
No, the whole thing glitched. Everybody
I also got that Earth was made for Lemuria to land on.
Temperance. This is moving from, it's a spirituality of balance. This is a movement. This is why they came here. Everyone came here because that's movement looking towards
Yeah,
the
that makes
future.
sense.
You have to go beyond the veil. The priestess is tricky and full of secrets. There is so much more to this than what we realize. And then
Yeah.
the Four of Cups, there's stuff that we're not seeing because we're distracted by certain man-made written books. I'm not going to throw the Bible out with the bathwater,
No,
so to speak.
no.
I'm not doing that because there's still certain things that we need to understand about it. Just like we need to understand certain parts about the Quran or any other text. But we need to, I used to yell at people for cherry picking it to death. Well, now we're cherry picking it, but for a different reason.
Right,
if that
right.
makes
We're
sense.
not. I don't want to say we're cherry picking it. We're talking it out.
Well, we're trying to understand
Right.
what's real, what's not real.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we have a closer connection to spirit and our higher selves and our creator, we can get more straight answers without another man saying this is how it is. Just like when we get on our shows and we
Hey, why does it have to be a man?
Well, you know what I mean. Mankind.
Oh, man.
Split hairs here.
Oh, Schneider did not like
Guys,
that.
really piss off Schneider. Go ahead.
Great. He
I'll get my
Yeah.
dragon upset now.
He
We-
was
we
not liking
poked the
women.
bottom
Nice
of
women
the
you were.
I
yeah.
Cards?
Huh?
Did you pull cards on something?
I pulled on all of the extraterrestrials coming here.
Uh-huh.
They all came here. There's something that keeps burning in my head besides my brain. You guys just said the part in the Bible that says, let's make man in our image.
Our image, yes.
We assume that it's Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
We did.
We did.
We did, yeah.
Could it mean our image as in all the ETs?
Well,
I would
we
say
did
so.
because that's what we were told.
Yeah, right.
But when you can't argue with that. But on a secondary note, not to pass up Nadia, your drawing is correct. Like, in other words, I asked about your drawing, the levels. I said, is that statistically correct? And yeah, I got a yes on that. That leveling that you're showing. Is there more to it? I would think so, but I got a yes on that. Just so you know.
Well, I mean, it started with the thought of when one time you and I were talking and we said the dinosaurs and, oh my God, I created dinosaurs bigger than human. Etch-a-sketch, let's start over.
Yeah.
You know, and all of that stuff. It was like maybe all of this leveling, sorry fairies, but maybe fairies and dragons and all that were their creation until everything else came. So
Right.
hopefully everybody will live in this in harmony once everything is balanced.
And
Well,
Jen,
yeah.
Jen, your name should be the carrier, like the Ohio State, the carrier of poison ivy.
In capital letters.
Well, I wanted
Yes.
to make it sound more antique and say carrier of the poison
I
oak.
like that.
Hear ye, hear
Hear
ye.
ye.
So, Nadia, I just asked Spirit, I said, could you give us clarification if Nadia's drawing is very, very accurate, just like Rocco asked the rods? Yes, for generations. This is a Rocco card. Yeah, King of Pentacles.
Tangle earrings.
He's a generational leader, strong leader. So for multiple generations.
Where are your earrings and where is your crown?
On the
And where's that long flowing hair?
It's like your imaginary deck. It's coming. But I do have a tiara around here. Don't tempt me.
So this was done. I love the fact that our creator came in here, the Hermit. He's watching all of this happen through generation to generation to generation, bringing them all together. And what you're saying is about balance.
Yeah.
So watch it's, whether you do this or it loops, it's the same thing. It's a movement about balance. And then the final card, Nadia is correct. That is strength. It is just a rotation. We're just at the peak, the very stop, do not pass, go.
Mm-hmm. They don't want it to start a new Garden of Eden. They just want to move on to clean slate.
Do you want to see if that is the final, or is there more to that drawing?
Are you asking me?
Yes. In other words, you see how you have it sectioned?
Yeah.
Is that like it's done, it's complete? Is that the final, or is it going to change again?
Okay.
Don't we also have to ask, is it finally complete for Gaia 1.0?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because they did split.
Yeah.
So now, maybe this question will help you, Jay, or this answer may help you, Jay. Well, I was saying this is South Pole. Well, what if this is the sun? You know how they say that we have sun in Middle Earth, and our sun is getting stronger, almost like grand finale for the 4th of July. What if that is it? What if that is the explosion?
Bring it to me. I'll show it to him.
So the explosion, but new beginning, or that's it. It's over.
New beginning on Gaia number 2.0.
2.0.
Or Venus, or Mars, or whatever. But this is why we're getting more off-worlders now. Don't you? Maybe the off-worlders, which is up here, maybe the off-worlders is collecting their families.
Well, it was to my understanding this sun, well, I don't know how we can predict it.
If that were true, then I'd be gone already.
What was that?
If that were true, I'd be gone already.
Why would you be gone?
If they were collecting their families.
I don't know if you can see this or not. This is something that was caught on video.
Well.
Oh, the two suns?
Yep. 2 suns,
Yeah.
So that would make it 3 suns.
And you froze on that. All of a sudden the phone was gone. Hey.
Really? Okay.
Yep. Oh.
Well, it's quite fascinating.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right. So what I was trying to say is, I don't know how anybody can predict when the sun's going to explode, but they're saying 2039, that'll be the final burnout of everything. But up until then,
Kim Clement mentioned the end of all things at 2036. I believe it was him.
Okay.
Or it was Nostradamus, one of the two.
Okay.
I think it was Kim Clement, though.
Well, I don't know of any prophet, self-proclaimed prophet or whatever, has ever predicted being able to see anything beyond 2045. Right. But we're going to be long gone before then anyway.
No,
At least
speak
we
for yourself.
pray. Well, Dennis will be here still in a marathon. We have to wait for him to get done.
He'll have the only YouTube channel.
I will have at least 5 more years.
Yeah, well, they've been replacing parts on me for over a decade, so I don't know if I'll be here, but
You'll be a
if there's parts
cyborg.
available.
He's going to be
You'll be a
AI.
cyborg.
That's all right.
Jay, are you like the $6 million man on layaway or something?
I'm close.
Layaway.
I'm close. They don't rebuild me; they just patch me.
They just band-aid you up.
Yeah, it's like
Duct tape.
okay. I used to say when I was a contractor, I can patch a fart. Okay, it's still going to be a fart, but I can patch it. Take that for what it's worth with the body.
Okay.
Well, let's ask the cards. Is Jay made up of baling wire and duct tape?
Duct tape. Yeah, that's about
Is it
right.
really just paper mache?
Paper mache.
All right, let's focus. Let's focus.
Focus.
So
Let's get back
MacGyver,
on
We
MacGyver worked on you. Okay. There's some bubble gum on you too,
Yes,
Jay.
piano
There
wire.
you go. Super glue.
Russ did make a statement that says Inky was responsible for the bloodline of Cain. Correct. I have read that. It's a certain bloodline. That's where that came from. Now, if you study the Anunnaki and
Well,
all
then
of that, it's called the
that
Book
would
of
mean,
Inky.
then that would mean Inky and the other were here before.
That's what I keep getting.
Well, that's what I said. They were here before because
I didn't
Dennis,
know
you remember Dennis that one night we were talking, you, I, and Jen, and we wondered who married Cain when he left Eden.
Right.
We were told it was a lady from the land of Nod. Where'd the lady come from?
Yeah.
Unless you
Nod.
assume it's his
Come on
sister.
now.
Nod, she's
Nadia
barefoot driving.
knows.
Nod.
She came from
Barefoot
Nod.
driving.
But if you think about it, it would have to be his sister. There were no other people. I don't know.
Well,
Well, I also-
yeah, we think there was no other people at
Well,
this point.
I'm also,
I'm sorry.
I remember hearing when Atlantean went down, some of the survivors went to Egypt. So where was Egypt back then? It's
Well, it's
Even-
asking if we ask if the pyramids of Giza, and that's just the ones we focus on. We know there's pyramids all over Gaia,
Right.
but that wasn't supposed to happen for another couple thousand years, or at least hundreds of years.
Can we ask the cards if the pyramids of Giza was here during Atlantean time?
We can, and then I want to do a couple that the chat has asked as well.
Okay.
Okay.
We lost Jay.
His big head's got him. I think they were not behaving.
Yes, they were. They were already here.
Wow. So much for the Jews.
Very independent on their own. Yep. Absolutely. I think they may have been at battle though, because this is stand your ground. Yep. And what you've been told is all an illusion to cause you to be confused. Yep. That Eight of Wands is a dead giveaway that it was already here.
So I'm thinking instead of the 777 books of the Bible,
Thank
we're
you, Spirit.
probably gonna thin it out.
Wow.
What do you
So,
mean?
because I was focusing on the ones of Giza, and Spirit says, no, pull one card. That'll tell you where they were all at, all over the world.
Yeah,
They're
Atlanteans.
all here.
They were. There's no one spot of Atlantis. Yesterday, Jay and I listened to Zachary, and he's very big on the Tartarians, but he said that Egypt was, Atlantis was everywhere, even in Chicago, which
Oh yeah.
we pulled out. It was Chicago. So
The base card on that was the lovers. That's the Adam and Eve card. So way before they got here, those pyramids were already here, even during Atlantis. Wow.
And it was one land also. It was one
what?
land. It was one
One
land.
land. Yeah, it was one land mass. We didn't have all the different oceans and everything.
yeah,
so.
no, we didn't.
All right. Okay. Let's go to first question. Susan wants to know, did the avatars bring us to planet Earth? Okay.
Did the avatars?
Define avatars.
Yeah, define avatars.
So she's probably like, if it's
or which
representation-
avatars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about Hollywood and how they use that movie Avatar, it represents.
Right.
It's a vessel for.
There's 4 or 5 different blue people races that I know of. There's probably a bunch more after that, but I will just keep it very basic with the cards and just say avatars meaning off-worlders, because it could have been Arcturian.
Okay.
If you're gonna say off-worlders, then yeah, the answer is yes.
I mean, Susan, if you have a very specific species of an avatar, because avatar is very broad.
Yeah.
Put that in the chat room.
I mean, even if you put that avatar, we are avatars.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'm
Said
getting
the blue ones.
I'm
Now,
getting
the
yes and no.
Yeah, well, the blue ones, Susan, could mean which one is that? The aviary, the blue.
How come there's no purple ones? I like purple. I'd make a good purple.
She wrote the blue ones, so probably
Great
the
But
avatar.
there's multiple species of blue.
Yeah.
Blue.
Let's see.
My pendulum is indecisive on that one.
Indecisive. Yeah.
Yeah, first
I
it
gotta
says
look
yes, and then it says no.
Well, it's a generic word, avatar. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to be more.
I think we'll get a.
if you want to say, did the off-worlders bring us to planet Earth?
Well, yeah, which ones?
Yeah, but off-worlders, they all put us, all of us.
Well, because the cards are kind of split down the middle. It was like, well, there's some balance here, because with the justice, I mean, that's about a balance of different types of people.
Right.
Now, so you're going to have a good race of people. I hate using that term, but yeah, if it didn't serve us before, we were brought here to create a collective. That's been planned all along.
Right.
But when we
probably merge with the ones that were already created to be here, that came, or not came here, but were actually created on Earth.
It's interesting because I think when we were brought here, they may have been at war with that Knight of Swords. We were created or brought here to change that situation and strengthen them, because humankind has the ability. We are the ones with the emotions. We have the ability to use our instinct, because they're just very numb, I guess, to how to interact. They don't.
We are the Vulcans. We have the logic. They do not.
Right. If that makes sense. I don't know if that helps at all, but
I got that I had asked if we are a combination of all the species out there, and I got a yes.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that all of our DNA has a little drip drop of.
Yeah, I think that's why the indecisiveness of Avatar.
I just want you to know my DNA is bigger than yours, though.
Well, your strands are longer. Mine are a little thicker, more masculine, more you know.
Yeah, no, it had to come. It had to come.
Lee put it best. He said, "We're all mutts."
Yes.
Yeah, we're all mutts.
But okay, let me.
We're not rescues. We're not rescues. We're mutts.
Well, let me put myself on a soapbox for a little bit for that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
Here, let me
Stand
get a
back.
little bit
I'm going
higher.
back to
Hold
the
on.
corner.
Okay, so bringing that up, being mutts, being of different species, knowing how strong the human actually is, standing into your own within. This is what we were mentioning before, that we're supposed to be helping them release all these emotional baggages in order to open up your gifts of
Yes.
whatever strand is within you.
I think one of the sorry,
Right now.
Nadia.
I'll step off of my soapbox. That's all I
No,
wanted
it's
to.
okay.
Process.
I don't think it's a soapbox. I just think no one's here to put themselves above anybody else, because we have always talked about different stages and where everyone's at.
Yeah.
But there is one thing that you can see happen with certain people, and they stay at one level and just expect to, I'll be rescued out of here and I'm gone. I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to work. I don't have to pray, meditate, or get right with spirit to ascend. I'll just wait until something blows up and I'm gone. No, we have work to do here. There is a purpose for a collective. Now, I understand if an NPC says it, but I think if you're going to be here, don't just sit around and wait. TikTok, when are we out of here? We are here for a reason. We learn from each other. We talk. We get an open discussion. We don't have to agree because we're all on different levels. But I think you've got to at least keep trying to advance. That's my soapbox.
My
You
chat
two
stopped a
forgot
while
all
ago.
about the podium.
What was that, Dennis?
You two forgot about the podium when you step on that soapbox.
My fellow American.
No, you didn't. You
And
didn't bring
other
your podium
countries?
with you.
No, but Jen is right. We do have to work, and also, I mean, the off-worlders are also watching how we survive, because we are the only soul that comes down here, and it's like the hardest school. And they don't go through what they go through in their timeline is maybe one of many, as we go through all of our karmas and learning in one lifetime. We can do it.
Yeah. I just don't think that people should assume that you can stay stationary with no work and expect to go all the way through your ascension process. You might be able to go parallel and stay the same, but you're not going to have the same outcome as somebody that's putting the work in, if that makes sense.
Okay, so now going back to this diagram, this is why it kept repeating, because we didn't realize that we needed to change. And now we are changing. We are more awake now. We are more into our gifts. And I think this is why this is final now.
I think the past 100 years is not even that long. I mean, maybe. Depends on how old you are. But the real wake up, I call it the great reawakening, because I think we've already done this. It's reawakening us to what we've already done. But this generation of what's going on now it's hit the strongest.
And how many people volunteered to come down here, which I have no idea why, but we did. And we're finally correcting the wrong that we couldn't do. This is my feeling. And how many star seeds want to come down here? These young ones that are more spiritual than we are, because they know there's something big that's going to happen now.
Right. Well, Jay talked about it the other day, all the sons and daughters of the Creator. It's like, this is your last final shot. Everybody jump in now.
Hey, beer here. Hey, beer here.
Hot dogs. Get your hot dogs.
Okay. The screens are going crazy, and I think I froze.
We're going crazy.
My chat is gone. It's stuck.
Mine is stuck too.
Yeah,
mine appears to be too.
Guys, we gotta go to a lower density because I think it's too much energy.
It literally froze. It won't move.
I'll go to the
up or down.
I've only found one more question, and then I'll try to reset it, but I don't know if it'll work. Sonia wants to know, won't the polar shift or polarity shift be within us? Interesting.
I hope not. If we do a polarity shift, that makes going from good to bad, right?
All I know is gravity works quite well on me and my body.
Well, it works good on me too, but we don't want to go in the other direction either.
Yeah, and that would give Jay a problem with the farting technique if we just it'd be called a burp.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say it'd be called a burp.
No, there isn't a no. I'm going to say like this. I don't feel there is a polarity shift. There is divine energy coming down and Kundalini going up. So that would be harder to shift. But what is within you is all the knowledge, is all the you are your own guru. You are going through consciousness of forgiveness.
Everything that's in that junk DNA stuff.
Well, not just that, even through, I know, through your chakras. You're going through every evolution, even of every religion, as you're going up through those chakras. So I'm going to find it hard to understand unless you decide to go straight down to the basic chakra, which is Sanskrit.
I got no, but it really is what Dennis said, the activation of all the DNA, like all the things we don't understand.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think, with that thought process, this is the moon card. It's just a confusion. You may think that you're in full control, maybe not full control. Now, you are breaking chains of the devil. Okay. So your frequency and your energy does help, but you're not totally responsible for that. That Gaia, we do help Gaia's energy, but all that's going to be taken care of on its own. The idea is to go from baby Paige to the king. I mean, that's growing passion, hearts, and desires to get to that. And that is a collective celebration. But we are not responsible for the physical pole shift. We can help the energy with our frequency to Gaia, but we're not fully responsible for it.
Okay,
it's not our burden to carry.
So no, but also the pole shift. Once you break polarity, you're raising your frequency.
I was just going to say that's what they're telling me. It's a raising of the frequency.
You're going to raise your frequency. You raise your frequency, you're already up where you're supposed to be. And that is removing baggage. That is removing victimness. That is removing everything to get to unconditional love, joy, enlightenment. That's all.
I love the base card. It's the Empress. That's Gaia. That is creation. That she will take care of herself.
Yep.
But you got to take care of you.
Yep.
Would that symbolize harmony also?
Yeah.
Okay.
Enlightenment would be harmony, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because enlightenment brings harmony.
So I just came up. I just found this question just came up. As we're doing the work within ourselves, all these people in Middle Earth, are they also doing their work, raising their frequency, or is their frequency already up?
It's already high. That's why they don't come up here. They don't need. They don't want to be a part of that.
Okay.
Where there's a drawing.
I love charades.
Yeah,
everybody's going to get a whiteboard.
Ours is being.
He's got a white wall.
If that makes sense, ours is being drawn up.
Yes.
We are raising our frequency. That's how we move. Yes, that's how we shift.
But it's also that we're being drawn up. We are doing the individual work, yes.
Yes.
But there's call it a calling. We're being drawn.
Got it.
And I'm just getting a yes on that right now.
That was something we were talking about that night, Jen. We have to work on ourselves, but yet we are humanitarian. We have to work within, but yet we have we are all one.
Well, it may sound cliche to keep saying it, but if you don't help yourself, you can't help anybody else.
Exactly.
You got to fix you first, and then help humanitarian efforts.
And that's what happens as we raise our frequency, humanity raises their frequency.
Right. And then Gaia's energy and frequency changes.
Right. Yeah. People don't want to do the work. They want it to happen. They want to take a pill and it changes.
Mm.
Not you. If you're not doing it, it's happening. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
No, bless you.
No, bless you.
No.
Fathers.
Your blessing's bigger than mine. I got it.
None of
So
ours.
usually when my wife says Jesus, I just say no, just one of his saints.
Oh my God, my sister got pissed when I said that one time. I said I may act like him, but it is not him.
That's weird. My chat is still frozen. Now Lee's over here chattering away. Guys, all of ours are frozen. Are yours working yet?
Let me see.
Well, I
No.
have you on other.
No,
I
I turned
have
on
you-
my phone.
Yeah, no, I have you on other electronic devices, and they're not frozen. It's not frozen here.
How weird.
It's frozen on StreamYard for me, but not
StreamYard?
on YouTube.
If I would refresh it, it's probably going to kick us out.
Probably.
Well, I mean, Jen, listen, it's not freezing on the regular electronics.
Yeah.
Here,
On regular YouTube?
It just seems like it's this connection.
it's not freezing at all here.
This connection.
Well,
No, I'm good. What's going on here?
Peg says everything's working there.
so it's StreamYard.
Yeah. Which I've only got about 3 hours left on that before they boot me off.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I
It had
already.
something to do with last night. I have no idea what that was.
Oh, I'm over my limit on my StreamYard.
Oh, that could be.
I
Yeah.
have like 3.5 hours left on my limit.
I'm more than 2 hours over already.
What is it?
That's
I don't
probably
even know
why
what that means.
When you pay for StreamYard, you only get so many hours of recording time,
Oh,
and then it just cuts
Or
you off.
when you don't pay.
I just went through.
I just don't want to keep paying more and more and more. So we'll just have to go back to YouTube, I guess. But I hate that. All right, let's see.
Moonchild had something. I just took a screenshot and sent it to you, Jen.
Okay.
It's as far as I can go back on my phone.
Just probably won't be able to bring him up on the screen, but I'll read them.
Okay. Yeah. What happened?
Okay. So Moonchild Me had a question. Can
Did
a
you see that?
person
Anyone else?
what?
My
Hello?
whole computer screen went like this. like
can you
Did that
ask your guides? Can you ask your guides if it's our energy or if it's StreamYard messing with us?
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do the pendulum.
Okay, buddy. I have a feeling it's our energy.
yes,
It's our energy.
energy, and
Yep. It's our energy.
That's
I
what
mean,
think.
this is my
Our
guides.
pyramid is out of control.
Hold on.
Uh.
I have to share this. This is my guides also saying it's my stunning good looks. I mean, it's just them. I'm just.
Okay. Okay.
It's your what?
Stunning good looks.
Oh.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm moving
Fast
away. I don't
coming
want to get hit by that lightning.
Come on, hey.
Well, it's only because he doesn't have coffee spilled all over his shirt today, right?
And he's got his sparkling personality.
Yes, I just got bopped up with a coffee drip there from not having a net on my top of my cup.
Okay, so Moonchild and me says, can a
Kids
person
have bibs for that, you know.
just study the Bible, get Bible knowledge, yet not grow spiritually? Is that why those that do not show fruits of the Spirit?
It sounds like two.
So
Two
can a
questions.
person just study the Bible and get Bible knowledge but not grow spiritually? That's the first part.
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to answer that?
It's with any book, really. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's just the Bible. It could be of any of them.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, I'll be quiet.
One can study the Bible but not be spiritually connected to the source.
Well, yeah, look at our modern day church. Most pastors are not spiritual at all.
Yep.
They're just regurgitating what they're reading.
Well, I want to say it in another spiritual way. If you were to read the Bible the way I went to a Christian college,
Mm-hmm.
so outsiders are definitely going to hell. What's spiritual about that if you're here to be humanity? Okay. StreamYard, all three of you guys froze. Those are good.
Now you froze and
sped
went
up.
super
Yeah.
fast.
I think it's just you.
Sped up.
Yeah, but I'm watching on regular. When I see you guys do that, regular's still good. That's so crazy. So crazy.
So, to the first part of Moonchild's question, can a person just study the Bible, get the knowledge, but not grow spiritually? I got a yes. It makes a fool out of you, too, because that's the fool card.
Right.
They may think they're starting a new beginning, but nope. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about taking control and being a leader, but I think this is being represented. This has been going on for generation of generation. People just not being spiritual. Why do you think we have to keep doing this? But this is the perfect card that represents that statement, and that's the Thief card. The Thief of Words. You can take the words all you want to, but if nothing resonates with you and you don't live by them, it's totally different. That's what I got.
Can I give you a twist on that?
Sure.
It's also embedded in your DNA.
Okay.
That's
What
what
is spirituality or the Bible?
The faith, the
faith.
spirituality. It's within your DNA. It's either active or not. It's not about religion.
You are correct. Yep. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jen. Show what you have, and then I'll just.
The secrets. When Rocco was talking about DNA, yeah, it's what's hidden within you. That's the Four of Swords. This is about the Knight of Cups is very tricky. People that carry the emotion or the DNA, the ones that go very slowly and really try to take their time and don't just run the rat race, there's a huge difference there. It has to be embedded in your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call that? The God gene or whatever it is. Yeah.
Well, that's what they were trying to.
Nadia just turned my world upside down.
I just did that. I just did that shift
I
magnetic.
think she did it with her feet too.
Oh, jeez.
Well, let me, if you don't mind, explain chakras, and that might help with this Bible question also.
Okay.
Okay. The generic is you have 7. Oh, you did that again. That freaked me
I did it again.
The generic is you have 7 chakras. There are multiple chakras, and then above, you also have multiple chakras, but we're in this density right now. So let's say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'll go 7 here. So your basic chakra is Sanskrit, the oldest. Okay.
Right.
That's your basic chakra. So it's your foundation of a table. So basically knowledge is there. The second one is Buddhism. It's your belly. Third is Hebrew, satisfaction. Hebrew. Let me say it. Now, this is your heart. That's your soul. That's God right there. The God spark. Okay. That's God spark. Now, this part really confused me, but then it made sense. The throat chakra is Islam.
Okay.
And I never understood why Islam came before the 6th chakra, which is Christianity.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so why did this Islam, if it was supposed to come after Christianity, did it go before Christianity? Well, because this actually existed before Christ came during the Saturnian time of the of the moon, following the moon phases. But as you go up, your body, your soul is actually learning what is right, what is wrong within you. It's already in you.
Okay.
So when you go through the throat chakra, Christianity is forgiveness, going up to, let's say, divinity. Let's say connection with the divine, with the source.
So that would be your final ascension, or it could keep going.
Yeah, that would be your ascension. But as you straighten, and this is within your DNA, you already have the Bible within you. You have all the sources of basically be kind to others, take care. All of the golden rules is within this.
Glad
Like
you
the
mentioned
golden
that.
rule and all that.
All in all. So guru actually is you within yourself knowing all this without studying a book.
So it's embedded in you. You're
Yeah,
just
it is embedded
activating
in
it.
you. Yeah, but when one of these are off, everything else is off. And this is what you have to fix within your ascension.
Yeah, we're missing. See, I've picked on, not picked on, but pick and chose some of those things. Studying some Hebrew, studying some Islam, studying Christianity. Just recently getting into Hinduism and Buddhism.
Okay, but if you
It's all out of order.
you might want to pull cards or check on this, but Sanskrit, I believe, is thought. Thoth.
Yeah, it is. That's what we just learned. Yeah, or what I just learned. Absolutely. Okay.
So that is also the evolution of what we had to learn in order to hit the density that we need to get to. Not that you have to study it all, but you use your voice. How many times do we say use your voice, or you follow your heart, your gut, or forgive? You know, all of this has to work in sequence.
I just did this today, just my morning thing. Like the commandments, which are morals, we replace morals with laws. When none are practiced or enforced by oneself, all is lost.
Okay.
That was just something I got this morning. And I have a comment about the chakras.
Okay.
After you pull, do whatever you're doing.
All I'm saying is you all need to hurry up and get to where I'm at. I'm still waiting.
Bossy.
I'm still waiting.
Shave the beard and there it goes.
I'm getting tired of pulling the rope, you know?
You're going so fast that wind just tore off that beard. It's like a racing stripe.
Yep. Yep.
It's more aerodynamic, Jay.
Wow. I asked if the Sanskrit is the Thoth, the teachings of Thoth is what I asked. Yeah. This is about truth and spirituality, because I pulled that's the Hierophant, that's faith. That actually leads to that. That's a definite yes. And if you can master that, you'd be independent to go each stage after that. It will fall into your lap, basically.
Yeah.
Now, that's not saying that everybody's got to run out and start learning all that, because
No,
man, that takes a while.
But it's basically, like I said, security, safety. If you know what each of these represents, you're already balancing yourself.
Could it be the higher the frequency you attain, the more knowledge you also
Absorb.
Get? Yeah. Well, not necessarily absorb, but because it's already within you. It just kind of opens up.
It opens up the doors.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Can you?
Cards on that?
I want you to pull cards on 1, 2, and pendulum.
What's that?
Let them do what you're doing.
Did you want to say something, Dennis, before? You were holding the line.
I was holding the line.
Love isn't always on time.
I know. I'm always late. What? Dragging a line? What?
I thought you said you wanted to add something.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was probably just trying to be funny, but nobody was listening.
Well, you're always funny.
I
didn't hear you. I didn't hear a word. I'm dead serious.
So when Dennis was asking about activation, yes, that's the Ace of Swords. This is activation of truth. Absolutely. But this has to do with your emotions as well. Being emotionally, does it fulfill you? Okay, so you have to have the right frame of mind when you're doing this too. So when you're starting out, make sure you don't turn into that, because that is being hoodwinked. Be careful and guard yourself of what you're studying. You have to be able to trust where you're getting it. She's trustworthy. You know, we keep talking and pushing about discernment and really trusting spirit and testing spirits. We have to absolutely do that.
Mhm. What was the question for that?
Just, it's an activation inside of
Right.
you.
Oh,
If,
okay.
if,
It's
if,
already there.
Yeah.
yeah, if you raise your vibration for each frequency that you go to, does it activate something within you to open up a door or something, or of more knowledge,
I'm sure.
to where you don't have to just sit there and study a book because you already have the information?
Right.
And I'm getting a yes on that.
Can I?
And I think Yeshua probably knew that when he was studying.
Can I say what I wanted to say, and it won't be
Sure.
popular?
Yeah.
But I want confirmation.
Okay.
What Nadia said about that chakra was right. Okay. But I instinctively asked, have the chakras been distorted like the holy books have been distorted? I
Okay.
got yes 3 times.
Okay.
So, I mean, what I'm getting at is I have a hard time seeing energy. This is not about that. I asked if what Nadia was saying and showing was correct, and it was yes. And then it just came to me, have the chakras been distorted like the holy books? And again, why wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? I mean, let's face it, but it's always a little bit of truth, and a lot of deception, you know what I mean? So see what you guys get on that.
All right. Well, see, this is a basic chakras. Now,
Yeah,
if you go to other places,
I'm just saying how.
others could be the distortion. People believe there's 11 chakras. Some people believe there's 20. So
Right.
could that be the distortion that you're thinking about?
Well, the distortion to me was truth. In other words, has the distortion, in other words, the truth, has that been distorted? And so I don't think we have the truth of, like, okay, you're saying throat chakra. Maybe it's not the throat chakra. We think it is, but it's not. It's this one.
Yeah.
I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah.
I'm saying they've distorted them.
Well, I mean, also, if you want to also say a distortion could be the English language, because in Sanskrit and in Hindu or Buddhism, it's different words for it.
Lost in translation.
This
Lost
is the
in
energy.
translation.
This has to do with the energy. Look, I even wrote it at the bottom.
What
It
is
has
it?
it has to do with the energy, the cycles. What we have been shown something isn't necessarily true. It's a distortion, and it's the distortion of the energy.
Well, yeah, of
Like
course.
I said, no,
Okay.
but hear me out. Like when I say, "Oh, this is your throat chakra," no, it's not. It's something else. I'm using that as an example. I don't
Okay.
care about all the however many chakras there are. I'm saying they've distorted it to keep us down again. In other words, just like religion, they distorted us to change the energy, and so they've distorted the purposes of the chakra. That's what I'm getting.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to say anything, Jen, but if you look at the generic, let's say the generic graph of this, it's like you got red, orange, yellow, green, blue. That's a distortion. Whereas the throat chakra has multiple colors, even red, and it also rotates.
All right,
So,
let me clarify one thing.
okay, could the distortion be if that's really blue?
Okay, so I pull cards to see if there is some distortion. Not all, but there is
Right.
some distortion. Yes, they work very, very hard to hold on to that truth.
Yeah, there's lies.
If
That's
you
what I got.
understand anything about creation or the energy of the Empress, I mean, she's fully abundant of herself. If they held that information deliberately to keep the collective from completely ascending.
Right. Not
Because
that
if you don't need them anymore, why do we have governments and things like that? Does that make sense?
yeah, that's
That
just
makes
it.
for
It's, I had
3D.
asked, or did they lie about the uses of the chakras? And I got a yes. So in other words, like I was explaining, they've been misplaced. We've been told what is what isn't, even though like I said, I just used the example of, okay, let's say you said throat chakra, I'll say heart. Okay, maybe the throat chakra that you've learned actually should be the energy for the heart, and vice versa. That's the lie. That's the lie. It's purposely lied about, and it's like what Jen says. It's to keep us down.
I
Listen.
think
Don't kill the messenger.
it's
Okay, it's
well,
just
it's kind of like getting a different opinion from a different doctor, like getting a second opinion. I know what Nadia studies because what she does actually works. But if you
No.
would go to somebody else and that
I
disagrees with
agree.
how
I
Nadia
agree.
does it,
I agree, and she's done it to me, but it's intent. It's not necessarily it's
true.
not necessarily the chakra, it's the intent. So what I'm saying is when they taught, this was they mixed these up
hmm
as a method of keeping us down. That's all. That's
it's very
all this
common
was.
for people
Listen,
that
she's
really
actually worked on me, and she's done wonders. I
yeah.
will be the first one to tell you that.
This is one of the reasons
That
why a lot of people will physically go to places like India
Right.
to study so they can
Right.
get the true meanings of it.
right. See, if Nadia's working on my throat,
And it's just
regardless
like,
of what color, her intent is to work on my throat. It's
100%.
going to work. It's not the color.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So, but when we're told, okay, say you take someone that only works on the color of it and not the intent, that's the deception.
yeah.
Like I said, I told you it wasn't going to be popular, but
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it. Poor old Dennis, he's gonna strangle you.
what do you got, Dennis? What do you got? You get a yes or a no?
He's doing a
Well, you said
Vulcan
something
thing.
about going for the throat, so I just
You went
mimicked
for the
going
throat.
for the throat.
Okay. Well, what did
I got
you get on that?
it's the chakras have been manipulated and distorted.
Wow. Well, intentions. Also, my guides will, if I want to use one color, they may say, no, not that color, try another color. But it is intentional.
But they know your intent. Yeah, they know your
Intention,
intent.
yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just like if you say a prayer. Are
Right.
are you just regurgitating and saying words, or do you have true heart intentions of wanting the best and praying
Right.
saying a prayer for someone?
Right. Like when Nadia goes in and works, she is not working on the healing color of that particular chakra. She is
Yeah.
working on what needs fixed. We look at it as chakras. That's what I'm saying. She has done wonders on me. I agree. Again, this was just something that it came in. I had to go with it. And again, it's not popular, but you know, nothing is ever in stone. When I asked about what she was talking about on that drawing with those things, that was correct. That what she had said about the religion and the different, that was correct. I asked, I'm like, is what she's shown correct? And I'm like, is it not correct? Is it also in the same order? And I got a yes. So like I said, it has to do with intent. But you know how some people, okay, oh, I need an amethyst for this. I
Mhm.
don't think so. I don't think so. It's your intent. You don't. It's not the stone. But the stones also are lied about.
I think they're bonuses.
Yeah, it's all distorted. It is. It's all meant to keep us down.
It's not a bonus. It's a enhancer. It enhances the energy from you.
I know. So
That's
I don't buy that.
balance.
That's just me. I mean,
Dirty.
okay, I'm a watchmaker. A crystal transfers energy. Can crystals do things in certain aspects? I agree. I think it can heighten. I think it can absorb. However, it can't be used as a crutch. If you rely on that stone, you've just put two crutches underneath your armpits.
Right.
I mean, some people need that to learn. You need it to understand it. But if you constantly, I need my stones. No, you don't. You have to grow past those stones. Like, again,
Yeah.
we're splitting hairs here, but you're the key, not that damn stone, not none of that bullshit. But that's me. I'm sorry.
To
Good.
each their own.
Okay, yeah, no.
It's fine.
Pecker and me. And I want to move on from this because
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're going back to Middle Earth. I'm just, I
okay, thank you.
just figured since we got to it.
No, and I apologize for that, but when you're talking about things like I said, naughty, your throat shock, whatever color, it doesn't matter. Your intent is what's doing the healing.
I flipped your world back.
Right. Huh? Did I flip upside down, or my
I
head just
flipped your world upside down again. Right side up. actually.
I just want to take a second. Is there a problem in the chat room?
I can't see anything. You have an issue?
Well, StreamYard is frozen.
I know. Well, and this has a
Well,
delay.
I have my chat's gone.
Yeah, it's
Do we have no moderators?
bouncing all over the place.
No, we do not have a moderator in the
Yeah,
chat.
Lee's my moderator. Dragonfly's in there.
The last thing I have is I put up something, but no, I didn't see anything.
It is not.
Okay.
I haven't seen a thing.
Okay.
It messes
Can't
with
see
the
it.
head when the
Even
timing,
my friends
because we're
throw
on a
it.
different time than that chat room is that I'm seeing. So that
Even my phone's frozen. It is. The chat.
ugh, that's just a little bit irritating. All right. Okay. ET phone home.
Or was that I love you? What is that?
Where?
Oh, you giving the exorcism?
I think it's a male bonding signal.
What is going on?
Okay, anybody have any questions in the chat room?
It's hard for me. I've got my phone beside me, but it's on a different time frame. So I'm trying to watch for questions, but it's very difficult.
What is?
Well, I don't know what is spoken on the live chat, but if it's regarding preaching love, I will always preach love.
Absolutely.
Love is the only thing that is in my heart and in my mind to give to the world.
Yep.
All right, I'm checking for questions, and I'll.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I can, yes.
I just got something about speakers, battery. I'm 100%, but it's like shit's popping up on my screen. I have no idea. Never
right.
happened before.
We can.
And the chat's still present.
Moonchild and me, if you're still in here, you wrote what about the Neanderthals?
I just saw that. Were you asking, you want to know if they existed? The Neanderthals? Well, we're supposed to not use the th, that the H is silent, and we're supposed to say talls, so in the th. So we have a list back.
O.
Don't say.
TH is silent, so it's O.
It's just O. Just O.
It's not Toth. It's not
Toth.
Thoth. It's O.
It's tough.
Oh, oh.
Okay.
I'll try scanning.
Oh, you want to know where they came from? Okay. All right. Well,
Were they here before the Garden of Eden?
let's see if we should ask, are they real? Because those skulls that they try to tell us that are Neanderthals, try not to laugh. Well, is that a species or is that an off-world species? When they just call them that, let's just start with, are they real or what they're telling us? And then we'll see if we can find, the cards will try to tell me an origin.
Well, I like to go outside a lot, and yeah, there's still some Neanderthals here.
You shouldn't talk about the guys. They're sitting right there.
I mean, really, hurt my feelings.
Now Dennis is over me.
Oh, what?
Wow. Okay.
There's some Neanderthals, some Neander shorts.
Well, I would be a Neanderthal.
That's good.
There was one that just walked by me. You saw it?
Oh,
Oh,
He
yeah.
exists. He
Cuphead?
exists.
He
You
wasn't
got to
dragging
see him in
knuckles.
person. He's huge.
Wow. I got that they were a strong species at one time. But here came a battle. I don't know who they fought or who took them out, but it was a tricky war. It's a Knight of Cups. I think they got tricked because the Knight of Cups is always a trickster. Now that's just the first part. What did you guys get of their existence? Yes or no?
Yes, but I got created by off-worlders.
Okay.
Dennis?
I didn't do it. I'm doing it now.
This guy's not doing
I'm
this.
slow.
He is not pulling his weight.
I,
Nadia, intuitively, what do
I
you
was
got?
I was admiring your backdrop. That's all.
Okay, my input when they created the Neanderthal, they're like, there's something we forgot. It was the brain.
Whoops.
Oops.
Seven of Cups. That's a multi-choice thing. So I think it's a species of multiple different. Maybe this is the trial and error. If we all come from different species of off-worlders, that's what they started with and went, no, something ain't right. We need a few more ingredients here. Does that make sense?
Yes, there were Neanderthals. No, they were not here before the Garden of Eden, and they were brought here from other worlds.
Okay.
Good.
Their intention was that the intention of them being here was to be the human race, but that did not happen. I think there was different. They were not happy with that. They started all over again. The baby
They
page.
could not control them.
Yeah.
They didn't have coffee.
They didn't have coffee.
Yeah.
Got it.
They had tea. Didn't have coffee.
Yeah.
They had Boonesberry Farm wine.
Okay,
usually
so
that's that.
Moonchild, I know you said you wondered if it's from inner Earth. Do you want to know if that's where they're at now? Because that might be a possibility. If they come from off-world, where are they at now? Or are they just flat out extinct? Wow. Yeah, the Magician. This is an ascension and moving into a different world. I got a yes on that. Multiple generations had to start over again.
That's what I got. I got it.
So I got a yes that that's where they're at now. Okay.
All right.
These are thousands of years.
There is are we all done with that one, Jen? Or there is one closer to the bottom from Sonia Henson. She wanted to know, where did I just lost it? Would chakras be different colors for different species of the universe?
Oh, that's a good question. Chakra colors based on different species. And then Susan had one in just a second. I see you, Susan.
Yeah. I like the QQQ.
Chakras be different colors for different species.
Depending. Yes and no, but depending on the species.
I mean, hate to say, if you don't have a throat, you probably don't have a throat chakra.
What?
Oh, now we're getting technical here. Okay.
I mean, if you speak with telepathy, I'm sure your third eye chakra is a lot bigger than a throat chakra. Dennis is going through involuntary movements here.
What is going on? What's going on, Dennis?
Hush.
It does depend on the species.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Nice question, Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, this is about hidden secrets and what world they come from. Because some will have the ability, like Nadia was saying, they can do all their communication. They don't need a throat chakra. They don't have vocal cords or something like that.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Telepathy.
Yeah, King of Swords. This is a man of truth, and I want you to pay attention to the picture. It's really cool. All swords are about words, and all this is connected to his forehead. Yep.
Is that a bat plane at the top?
It's a bat. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Kind of looks like one of the strainers that I have in my kitchen. He's got a colander on his head. He's the one that started that when a kid wanted to be an astronaut.
Actually, Dennis, it kind of looks like an upside down Batman call.
Interesting. That's a good question, Sonia.
That was a good question.
Yep.
All right. So it depends on the species. Now, Susan had one. Okay, why are all the channels being taken down and glitching? Aren't the white hats in control of everything right now? Okay. Well, ooh. Okay. All right. Now, this is what I get. They're making a huge change. The death card, they have to end some of these channels because maybe they don't serve a purpose, or they're getting way too ahead of themselves. And that's not, I don't think that that's spirituality. I think if you get into political and the three-dimensional stuff, that could be an issue. But they're trying to switch something. And I don't get that the white hats are in full control. Nope. They're trying their best, but we still have a problem. There is something going on there.
If I can add, I feel it's an energy fight between the higher and the lower frequency. That more channels are more angry, and I think that changes the control of the channels.
Well, it does, because it's about negativity. Because if you look at these, if they're fighting to hold the ground to protect our channels and stuff, it depends. This is about spirituality and starting a new fresh start, but that's good frequency energy, and that's what they want and need. Okay, so to have full abundance and the collective coming together. But this is where we're at now.
Yeah. And unfortunate, I don't know, anger or pointing fingers or even stupidity sells. I mean,
it does.
I love laughing at stupid people moves or funny cats or whatever, but that sells more than what our purpose is, to enlighten and to move on and change densities.
Well, if you can get people to laugh and love, your frequency goes through the roof. If people are focused on the 3D and the negative and the inter and just getting everybody fired up, all you're doing is just dropping. You're just losing all of it, and you're starting all over again.
Exactly.
It's just best to keep yourself there. Don't go there, and keep your frequency high. But
Yeah.
the white hats, I don't think that they're in complete 100% control. They'll allow some things to happen. There are some things that, free will has to pursue on.
And like what we try to do in the live chat, we're not hating. We want to love. We want to be grateful. We want to raise the frequency.
I want you to tell your crazy jokes and
Yeah.
get each other to laugh.
Yeah, get each other to laugh. Those are all the things that change the frequency and even change you guys as viewers within yourself. Even laughing at a dad joke that I enjoy will change the frequency for you guys.
Can I mention?
That's why I'm here.
Okay, Susan, I apologize. I didn't ask that question. I can't do
That's okay.
stuff like that. But no, I just want to understand. It's hard for me to deal with those 3D things. It really is. So.
And everybody's different. Some people only do spirituality. Some people only do 3D. Some people just do like the financial side.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Right. The pendulum and the cards, you guys do the 3D shit. I can't. It's not even possible for me to touch that. So much respect to you guys, but I just want to let her know I wasn't ignoring the question. It's just I can't.
Rocco, just picture my feet. There's a toe in each subject.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes when we're focused, and that's probably why our glitches happen, we're so focused and honed in that we're not paying attention to other things, and we apologize.
Yeah.
So, what did I miss?
Oh,
let's come back from an Earth.
We transported.
I was just in Shambhala.
Uh-huh.
I met with the
Shambhala?
3 Dog Night, and they were still singing.
They're still singing.
Well, Dennis, do you want to add anything about Shambhala? How is it down there?
Very spiritual. We're very balanced.
What are you doing here then?
To teach.
I don't know. I'm still tasked with bringing you all up.
Okay. Dennis, very spiritual. They also
Nadia.
do they also have humor down there? That's what I would like to know.
Huber?
Humor, not Uber.
Humor?
Humor.
Uber.
Huber?
Yeah.
Who's Huber?
That's how he got back here.
The good humor man is still in Shambhala.
No, I mean, do they laugh? Are they?
Of course they laugh.
Yeah.
Susan, to your question, yes. That's all. Just a question she has in the chat. If it's in time, if I'm back caught up on my phone.
Where are we?
She said, "How did you know I was waiting for your input?"
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just felt it. That's all.
Well,
Yeah, just like my bare feet yesterday.
We'll wait until everyone gives their input. If they have one, we don't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to break his arm if he doesn't.
Yeah, and like he knew I was driving barefoot Wednesday. It's sometimes Spirit gives look over there, look over this way, and that's what happens.
Yeah,
Well,
and look at feet. Why? Why would they give me feet? Jesus. Some things should be known.
Now I know it aggravates you, so we're going to bring up feet.
Some things just shouldn't be known.
Well, I did the Flintstone car for you, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was funny. I said it in chat, like, I just got an image of her driving barefoot. She said in the chat, I am.
I didn't know. It was funny. How did you know, and what importance was it? That was the crazy part. But it is actually, it's kind of proof for who's listening that they do give us input, downloads, inputs, whatever, as trivial as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are spending a lot of time barefoot, it's because we've learned to ground ourselves to Gaia for energy purposes.
Exactly.
And it's just better. I don't think I haven't left the house in weeks, so I'm pretty sure I haven't had shoes on for weeks.
Oh,
right.
excuse me. I have a potty break. What's the next question? I'm sorry.
Russ has one. And we've done this for 2 hours and I need to go put medicine on my very itchy legs.
Has it been 2
I'm
hours?
still good for another 5
Wow.
hours.
Well, you just go
Wow.
to your channel and start one, honey. All right. So Russ wants to know, balance must be maintained according to universal law. Is this why the dark is still allowed to use HARP to manipulate our weather? Okay, and particle weapons from platforms in space. Okay. All right.
What are you doing?
Who?
You.
Are you typing on a typewriter? Who is that?
Oh,
I ain't doing anything.
What am I
You're blaming
hearing?
me.
It's like
you glitching.
Do you hear it?
it's, and while you guys are doing that, I just want to maybe apologize, or I don't have to apologize, but if Spirit led us to those other comments, it's because that's our way of advancing out of
Yep.
this cataclysmic growth.
Agreed.
Okay. Now, what I got, when Russ asked the question, if it's about in order to maintain balance of universal law, is that why they're allowed to do a little bit? Not like they had intended, but the Ace of Pentacles, yes. They're allowed to manifest a certain amount of things and keep it hidden in secret. This is about timing and balance. That's all it is. Now, do I think that it will end? Yeah, I do. High Priestess looking beyond the veil, looking at all the secrets that we still don't know about. I simply said, is it going to end? Ace of Swords, yes, it will. Did you guys get?
Dennis, you want to go?
Yeah, Dragon whispered to me that it's a yes. It's to maintain balance for now.
Yep.
I got an answer to the second part. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't answer the first part because I am not a person that believes in universal law of one, or any of that stuff. I don't. I mean, there's truth to all of it. To me, a law is a wall, so I don't recognize it.
He's breaking the law, breaking the law.
Breaking the wall,
I
breaking the wall.
bought the law and the law won.
Well, laws are man.
Just another brick in the wall.
That's all.
Okay, so Rocco, when you did the rods, you get an answer to the second part that they're
Yes.
still okay?
Yeah, I got a yes on that.
Okay, so they're manipulating. Now, bringing in the deep state and the negative side, this is a great loss to them because that's one of their great things they wanted to do. They're still holding and trying to maintain just a little bit to hold their ground. It's not going to last much longer.
So, can I ask a question about that? So, the overcast or the chemicals or the Canadian fires, is that done by good white hats, or is that still?
Well, it's formaldehyde and benzidine, or however you pronounce that word, which is very deadly. So, can't imagine the good guys doing it, but I'll ask.
Because they want us inside for a reason.
Yeah, I asked that question. I think it was last night.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it came last night, and it was basically done by the White Hats to keep us inside while they go around and do
Yeah,
their
we talked about that earlier today.
Yeah.
But if that's the testing that they got answers on, those are pretty toxic chemicals.
Yeah.
Formaldehyde, is that why I was sleeping for 2 hours?
Could be.
Was I being
They're
preserved?
trying to pickle you, Nadia.
Yeah, pickled.
Now I remember all my high school and college science experiments.
Nah, that brings back sangria in the Philippines.
Formaldehyde?
Yep. That's what they put in their beers.
Wow.
Just like Korea, soju. Without having rice whiskey.
Sake?
Sake.
Oh, soju?
Soju.
Soju. Okay.
Without having rice
That's what
whiskey.
they give in Korea. That's what he said. So, Mr. Murray-
Soju.
Soju? So it's you?
Soju.
So it's you.
Not
I
me.
think something
Soju.
This is, I think you're onto something, Nadia. And what you guys talked to, Dennis told you last night about keeping you in your house. They're not going to let that secret be known, the real truth about it. But it is the Knight of Cups this is trickery, okay? It is a white hat thing. It is to keep you in limbo. With the Hangman, you're in limbo this is judgment, so you will not be on the move all the time.
Okay.
Just slow you down a little bit.
That didn't work.
Just
But
to stay out of their way.
funniest thing, just
Soju.
Well, Queen of Swords, she represents, I will go to war and whoop your butt, but I don't want to have to. And I think they're keeping us still so they can go and take care of what they're doing.
Yep.
okay. The weirdest thing, I was told to look at my dry erase board and look at the screen. See, there's that white sun, and that's what that's what the sun looked like this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super white until they covered it up with clouds.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's because I think the sun is helping heal people right now.
so if that's the case, was it Susan Wednesday that said we are actually inside, second layer down? That would be our sun.
Could be. Do you remember when we were having really clear days and my energy was through the roof?
Yeah.
This was before I decided to climb trees with cats and get poisoned.
Swing.
Through the roof was not enough. The trees you had to go through the trees too.
Just had to. But my energy started dropping once all those chemicals, because West Virginia's covered right now. It's horrible.
Yeah, here too.
Yeah. And then my energy just went, phew. So
It's nice and clear here. Sun's out. Nice little breeze. Salt, fresh
Did you
air.
hear what we were talking about, Jay?
No, the
Dragons
we
are
got
flying.
it. We got it. No, I know. I noticed on the dry erase board where the sun is.
Oh.
It was this white this morning.
really
Yeah, and before they covered up with the clouds and the overcast. But
the chemicals and stuff.
like
Yeah.
Susan mentioned that we would be like second layer in,
Mhm.
and that would make us, that is our sun. And
That reminds me, I put that because of copyright issues, I couldn't put Dolores Cannon's, that thing that you sent me. I can't show it to you here live, but I did put it in the description box if you guys want to go watch it. It's just a brief clip of what Dolores Cannon was talking about. It's what's in Middle Earth. Talking about it has its own sun and everything.
yeah, because the copyrights, it could be 2 seconds, it could be 5 seconds.
It is a
Sure.
quick little TikTok thing,
Yeah.
and they just absolutely said, I don't think so. So I couldn't change the format. It would not let me do it. So
Yeah, sorry, I know that kind of surprises people that I don't follow those things of the universal law and all those things.
no, it's okay. You
No,
do you.
I just tell people, okay, the way I look at it is God gave commandments, not laws. A higher intelligence would not give us laws. I just think there's too much manipulation into them. Is there truth in all of it? Yeah. But there's too much hand of man in that law.
well, I always say that there's 1,000 ways to get from point A to point B,
Exactly.
and we're all taking our own roads.
Exactly.
So
Right.
you're gonna break every law that's on your road.
I just think it's a limit to me. It's a limit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be limited. I'm God's creature. God will limit me, not some law.
They're
You know what I
gonna make
mean?
you want.
Right. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, but it's also, what if they put the law because that was the English or the universal word for what
That's
that is.
man. That's man.
That's man. Exactly, that's man.
Yeah.
But
So
for
man's
man to
involved in it,
understand-
so it's twisted.
But for
That's the
man
way I
to
look at it.
understand man, they had to use that kind of wording.
Well,
Possibly.
a lot of what's going on in the 3D subjects is about fear, and that's
Mhm.
what lowers the frequency. And people can't. They're sitting around worried about, even in the collective. A lot of people are worried about the 3-dimensional stuff.
Right.
I don't mind answering questions on it. Just don't stay in that frequency.
Yeah.
Don't sit around and worry about it.
Yeah. And it's
Yep.
just hard for me to even. I hear white hats, dark hats. It's nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do what you guys do. Bless
Yeah.
you. That to me is just
To
like
me, it's just a
I
switch.
would rather look at feet. I would rather look at feet.
All right, here it comes.
Wow, that's a huge statement.
It
Hold on.
is.
I think I got flexible enough to put my feet on the camera. We'll see.
Oh gosh.
We're waiting.
Flintstone rocks out.
In the old time, that would be like pornography. Do you know that?
If you four are Elohim, and God is within you all, why would you question outside sources instead of just asking the God within you?
Well, that's what I rely on. That's what I
True.
rely on. I rely
Yep.
within. I don't rely on outside sources. I
That was
won't.
from Russ.
I don't, like I said, spirit guides are one thing. And my thing is if you don't question spirit, I think we all do at our own level. You have
Right.
to. It's our nature. Do I do things sometimes by blind faith? Absolutely. But
Yeah.
when it comes to an outside source or someone giving me the law of one or things like that, to me, it's just something that I go with what I feel within.
Right.
Morals and my guidance are the highest. They're gifts from God. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
If it's right, they'll tell me. If it's wrong, they'll tell me
We'll
also.
definitely tell you. Yeah.
Mhm.
When I talk to spirit, it is a family reunion. There it is. I'm all over the place. It's
Right.
Yeshua. It's my guides. It's my higher self.
Mhm.
Ascended masters.
Right.
It's within me. It's around me. It's
Right.
everywhere.
Right.
It's a
And-
family reunion. It's not just one in particular.
Right.
And depending on the subject will be determined who comes through. But it's
Right.
all of the divine.
Exactly. And I would rather you respect me for my honesty and
Yeah.
being true to myself. That's why I say those things, because a lot of people go, wow, you don't believe in that shit? Yeah. I mean, I'm very honest about those things.
Yeah.
And then
Nothing wrong with that.
I'd like to add, if we are children of God, source, creator. Children, if you know the younger children, they always have questions. They question everything. And
Right.
this is what we're supposed to do.
Right.
If we were not questioning, we would still believe the 3D ideology of putting our head in the sand.
Hmm.
So yes, divine wants us to question everything and try to find truth. Will we find it? It's in one of the rabbit holes, but
Right.
question everything will help you find truth within yourself.
It's the fact that we have the ability to turn off 3D and not follow into fear frequency.
Right.
Raising your knowledge, I think, raises your frequency because you're asking questions, and that brings excitement.
Right.
Not worry, excitement. Okay.
I mean, I am babysitting my 4-year-old great niece, and but why? But why?
Why?
And that's us. That's us saying to our creator, but why is this? Why is that? And it's
Yeah.
the joy of having their brains actually work.
Yeah.
Like a
And
little child, a little kid.
Everyone on this panel relies on all of us here, and we'll ask these questions of well, why. We always question each other, like, oh, why or
Of
look at
course.
it this way. But that's how we learn, and we're not trying to be difficult. It's like, but I do ask them. I've questioned myself for a long time.
Yeah, and we don't-
running by faith more, right?
We're not always going to agree.
Yeah.
We could come up with different answers because it depends on how we're asking the question. It's just like when I'm saying with other tarot readers, I have nothing against any other tarot reader because everybody reads differently.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we will respect that. If I don't agree with something that Nadia says, I will tell her that. But it's not out of disrespect or low
Right, right.
frequency.
We're honest. That's exactly right. See, I tell people about you, Jen, when I talk about you to someone, when you're reading cards, I can feel what you're reading. Okay. Even with Soldier, I can kind of feel what he's reading.
Yeah.
But like I said, I feel what you're reading. It's a big difference. Okay. For me, that's, like I said, it's a resonation. It's an energy. It's that. But I'm not knocking any, we all have our favorites. We all like our person, but it's just one of those things where when Jen is reading, you feel it. Not just what she's telling me, I feel it. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I think everybody just needs to respect everybody else. However you do it, you do you, boo.
Right,
and if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Because I tell you guys all the time, if it doesn't set right, walk away.
Right, exactly. Be honest with yourself.
You have
to. Right. Be
and I've said I can be wrong. Tarot can be wrong. If it doesn't set right, walk away.
For entertainment purposes only.
It is.
Well, then we are all in agreement. We are still children and child. And childish is just a point of having fun through this journey.
All I want to know is, when do I become an adult?
Never.
I didn't like adulting in this lifetime, so.
I think I'm more of a child now at this age than I was when I was a child.
Yes. Well, I didn't really have much of a childhood. I had to grow up very, very young, just because, I was raising younger siblings and running a farm and stuff. Just, I'm not going to talk ill will about my family, but I had to grow up really fast.
Yeah.
Now, this is my childhood. So if I'm a big goofball, I'm enjoying it.
And this is fun.
I'm still learning the sharing part.
But why?
I have to take my crayons all the time, and I can't trust that Marine. He's crazy. Just saying. All right, guys. I'm going to do oracles. So the plan is next week, I'm going to do shows. I don't know about roundtables because next week is crunch time for the final packing.
Why don't you just make it uncomplicated and not do a roundtable? As much as I would like to do one, how about if we uncomplicate that and let's not do a roundtable? You can focus on you and whatever time you need, and then we'll pick it back up once you're settled.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to do one thumbnail for one day at a time.
There's a lot of energy exchanged in these.
Yeah, it's crazy around here.
No,
but
so can I please plan and erase the earth before it's actually...
You may erase this Gaia. We are done with it.
Turn my world upside down one more time.
Come outside. Okay.
They do anything tonight.
It's a roller coaster. Hands up.
I want them to go look at the moon.
All right, I'm gonna sign myself out. Love you all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead too. Love you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Right.
Light and love to all.
Lisa, go see the moon. It's fascinating.
Oh, and everybody.
I haven't seen the moon's not out yet.
Well, but
He said before the night's up, go take a peek at Luna because it's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you guys so much in the chat room. Lee said, everybody go look at the moon. So if you are out and it's already dark, go take a peek. I'm curious to know. I'm going to go do that in just a second. I will hobble myself out there. But thank you guys, everyone in the chat room. Thank you to my mods who held down the fort and keeping the energy good. Let's do your oracles. And then, like I said, next week's schedule is the final push for packing to move. So we'll play it by ear, okay? But I promise I'll do my best. All right. And forewarned, where I'm going, internet is scarce, but we're working on it. Okay. Jen's off-gridding, but not off-gridding, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's start with Angel of Abundance like we always do. Okay, today we got detox your friendships. Okay, detox your friendships. I don't think we've had this one. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Well, we kind of know that if I've had to distance myself from my whole biological family, and then even friendships had to end. If they don't emotionally serve you, and your frequency always seems to be down and dropping, time to do some detoxing. Any area of your life that feels like your energy changes for the negative, start to learn how to get rid of that stuff. You're not being nasty and ugly. You got to take care of yourself. It's not your job to ascend everyone. You ascend yourself, okay? Let's see what guardian angel is in here tonight. Oh, we've had this one before. Okay. Archangel Azrael. It is time to let go, prepare for change. Well, that can go along with the same thing. This card advises you that it is time for a transition in your life. One part is ending and another is awaiting to take its place. You may need to cut the cords to an aspect of your current life. Maybe a person, a situation, a job, a house, or even a country. Your guidance is to release the old graciously, courageously, and prepare for the birth of something expected but unknown. It may be a creative project or a baby. You may even be relinquishing an old characteristic and birthing a new aspect of yourself. That is beautiful. Just know that the universe is supporting you. Lots of detox, preparing for change. I think a lot of us are doing that in just different ways. Sacred Forest Oracle tonight. I don't think we've had this one before. Beautiful. The Eagle's Spirit of Freedom. Beautiful. The spirit of the eagle says, this is the time to express yourself. Don't hold back. Choose life on your terms. Don't be trapped by the expectation of others. See how they're all together? Don't do things to make other people happy. If they're not serving you well, cut some cords and stuff. I think most of you know what I mean by that. Spiritual connections. Okay. Here are your chakra oracles tonight. This is beautiful. Be in service to others. Talk about humanitarian and raising frequency. Be in service to other people, whatever that is. It can be financial. It doesn't have to be. Give someone your time. Give someone meditation and prayer. Hold their hand. Listen to them. Just simply listen. Being in their presence. But be in service to others. That's a huge humanitarian push for ascension as well. Not only for them, but yourself. Just don't do it for selfish reasons, okay? Service is service. The next card is faith. This one has come up a lot recently. Keep to your faith. Whatever your belief is that keeps you going and keeps your frequency high, stick with it. Believe in your higher creator. If that's what you believe in, whatever keeps you going, because that keeps your frequency high too and keeps your energy balanced. Don't lose faith. The final card is mysticism. This one's only come in there a few times. Mysticism in these cards, this is just another name for intuition. Trust what you can't see. See, they're cloaked. Trust what you feel inside of yourself, your intuition and your gut. You may not be able to tangibly touch it, but it is there and you need to trust it. So if you're going through a lot of stuff right now, start doing some soul searching and asking, like cutting cords or cutting relationship and detoxing in whatever form that is to you. Trust your gut. If you're asking, should I do this? Should I not do that? What is your gut telling you? Okay. All right, guys. That is the final card for your oracle cards tonight. And they all really combine each other. I hope that they sit with you. If they don't, it's okay. Just walk away. No big deal. I apologize about StreamYard. I guess it wants me to upgrade it or something. I'll work on it. If not, we'll go back to old YouTube. We'll figure something out. It's okay. All right. It is the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Yes, 4th of July is next week, but I believe that it's on a day where I don't normally do a show. Yes, there is a teeny little kitty playing on the back. That is my son's new kitten, which will be going with him when he moves out. That is, my son has one cat, and his name is Outlaw. Or no, his name is Bandit. This is Outlaw. This is the new one. Cute as the button, but I know they grow up. It's a rescue kitty. All right. Other than that, enjoy your weekend. Okay. I will try to do a show Monday. I know it's the 4th of July weekend. A lot of people are taking long weekends, but if you see a thumbnail, you'll see me. Okay. Enjoy yourself. Stay blessed. Be happy. Stay energized. Keep your frequency high. Love and light. Some every once in a while because you might need it. And I'll see you next time. I love you. I do. I love you. I'm going to go look at this moon that Lee keeps telling us about. Bye, guys.